Hello there! Thanks for tuning in. I'm really glad you did, because today we'll be creating this cute little parrot. We'll be using potato stamps, glitter and other fun stuff. But before we start, and if you're not there now, then jump onto Montmartre TV, because we've got lots more fantastic lessons there. And you can find them at our webpage at www.montmartre.net. We also have our Instagram and our Facebook attached to that too, and our Creative Connection. And if you subscribe to our Creative Connection, then we'll send you a fun family project each week, as well as lots of other goodies. So let's create a parrot. So first we must get our background base down. Now I'm using Silver Series acrylic, and I'm using purple because if you have a look at my colour rough here, you'll notice the main colour of my parrot is green. And if I look at my Montmartre colour wheel, I see that the green lies directly opposite the purple. This means they are complementary. I'll be making the purple in 4 strengths, 3 for the patterning and 1 for the base coat. So let's make the first one like this. This first purple colour is a mix of 4 parts purple to 2 parts titanium white. Give it a quick mix and then apply it with the 75mm roller. The humble old sponge roller is the best way to get a consistent coat. So I suppose you're wondering what I'm going to do with these potatoes. Is this going to turn into a cooking show or something? Well, yes, I'm going to show you how to make my grandmother's famous potato gratin. No, we're going to use these potatoes and make a potato stamp and create an interesting pattern on our background. So, if you refer to the image provided in the PDF, you will see an outline of our parrot and 3 interestingly shaped rainforest type leaves. To create our potato stamps, I'll be using a kitchen knife, a marker and a hobby knife. Cut the side off the potato flat. Pat it onto the paper towel and then draw on the shape of a leaf onto the side of the potato. If the pen doesn't transfer, dry the potato with a towel, then reapply it. Once the shape is drawn on, cut around the profile of the leaf with a downward cut. Remember the golden rule: when using a hobby knife, cut away from yourself. Once the outline has been cut, turn the potato on its side and cut it laterally. Carefully work around the potato and remove the negative area in stages. To remove the veins of the leaf, use the hobby knife at a slight angle, then cut it at another angle and remove the wedge shapes. If you want a bigger leaf, obviously you'll need a bigger potato. This stamp is now ready to stamp. For multi-pointed leaves, tackle the profile the same way, and remember again to cut away from yourself. The deeper the vertical cuts, the less chance there is in getting scrap paint around the stamp image. When you create the lateral cuts, you might have to remove the negative area in a couple of segments. Remember too, don't cut too deeply when you do these side cuts, as you don't want to lose any points. So let's mix up some dark purple to apply our first leaf. Onto the Easy Clean palette, I lay down 2 parts purple to 1 part titanium white. I thoroughly mix them with the roller and evenly spread the palette with a consistent coat. I then press on my potato and stamp it onto the palette, then the canvas. You can generally get 3 impressions with the stamp. The first obviously will be darker. Place them wherever you feel, but remember to leave space for the other leaf stamps. The paint ratio for the next leaf is 3 parts purple to 3 parts titanium white. As you apply the stamps, for the best result you should keep smoothing the paint over the palette. So the stamp will receive a consistently thin coat on its printing surface. The print will never be too sharp, but that is the beauty of the stamp you get from a potato. For the final leaf, I create the lightest purple from 2 parts purple 6 parts titanium. I lay them in between the other leaves, but I'm not too worried if they overlap a bit. The background is dry, so now we can draw up our parrot. So if you take the PDF again, you'll notice our little friend down here. We're going to paint him in directly with titanium white and then lay the colour over the top. So let's get our parrot on. You just need the general shape. The brush I'm using to apply the white is a Montmartre Professional Series number 12 angle. The filaments in this brush are Taklon and the application one gets from it is very smooth. So I've taken a yellow out of the Montmartre acrylic paints and I'm just going to tint this white. Blip, 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 blip. Sometimes when you apply paint, it helps to make stupid noises. So roughly spread out the paint to cover the white shape right up to the edge. So while that is still a little wet, we can start the next step. And the next step, you'll require some acrylic medium gloss and those acrylic paints in the 12 set again. So lay the canvas flat again and pour this acrylic gloss over our parrot. Into a deep well plastic palette, I have laid out the colours I'm going to use and have mixed in the same amount of water. I apply the medium into the middle of my image and push it out to the edge. This dries clear, but be careful not to lay on too much of the medium or it will spill over the edge. Once the parrot is fully covered, I drop in some yellow. I use the brush and carefully let the paint drip into the medium. I then add some green and some turquoise. As I do this, I'm careful not to let any paint drip onto the purple, but then if it does, it's easy to quickly remove it with some water. This next part is not compulsory, but I had some glitter lying around from a glitter art set, so I dropped that in too. Well, that looks fantastic. We'll leave that to dry and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, that's nice and dry and we can start the next step. And that next step is outlining. To outline, I'm going to use Montmartre Silver Series acrylic in ivory black and I'm going to apply it with the number 8 from this Gallery Series brush set. Now, I know these brushes are intended for oil, but the robust, springy filaments are just perfect for the task of outlining. So let's get this black on. Have a close look at the PDF in regards on where to put in the lines. The parrot is fairly simple and will in large be dictated where the outline of the bird lies. The feathers can easily be created with 2 convex strokes. Start at the top and work your way down the body, making sure that the next feather emits from the feather above it. Keep a sharp point on your brush by rolling it into a tip on the palette. And if there are any areas where the paint has seeped out, turn it into a feather. When you come to the breast feathers, create a series of recurring semicircular shapes, one next to the other. Lastly, scribble in our friend's leg and feet. And then the perch. Mix up a light purple, well, more of a white tinted with purple, and lay in the branch. Paint the eyes in with white and voila, that's our parrot. Ah! Well, that turned out fantastically and I honestly feel happier for painting it. Thanks for watching, and if you're not already subscribed, don't forget to subscribe to our Creative Connection and our Facebook as well, because then we can talk. So until we meet again, remember to keep on painting. See you next time.